And welcome back, everyone, to the Death Battle reaction. They took a break for Christmas, and because they're independent now, makes sense why they took the break. I was a little disappointed we didn't get anything like in the last month or so, but I understand why. You'll also notice I'm in the corner here. When I watched the Bowser versus Eggman fight, there was a lot of lag going on. I think it might have to do with just the format I was doing, because I also had to expand the image of the video. I had to click the full screen mode, and I think maybe just with the hardware currently with how my computer's functioning, it wasn't able to process very well. Someone asked if I could record my reaction and then put it over the video. That's not something at least I'm capable of doing at this point, but I decided to go back to a different style I used to do it in, and I'll maybe even enlarge myself to avoid copyright issues. So, yeah, Kratos, but here we are. So, Kratos versus Asura. Now, I actually can't remember when I did the prediction, because I did this as a versus long ago. But I think I gave it to Asura. Between the two of them, I do like Asura kind of better as just like an overall design. But Kratos still has some wild feats, so let's just get into it.
Kratos versus Asura.
Yeah.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Because sometimes you...
Yeah, great. And I'm getting lag right now again.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
All right, seems everything's fine at the moment. Win a death battle. I am wondering if we are eventually going to get Wiz and Boomstick back. I'm going to talk over this because I've already seen that preview. Back, like, doing bits within the verses. Because as it stands right now, they're just there for the intro. And I would kind of I'd like them back, just because that was the whole point of bringing them on there. I think as time goes on, as they continue to get more and more views again, their revenue stabilizes however it is, we'll definitely see them come back more. Kratos. Lord Zeus. A lot of battling here. Okay, whoa. There we go. I know what it is. If I guess I can watch it as well, maybe not. You know what it is? If I get the OBS activated, it starts to if I switch between the OBS, that screen, and the actual video I'm watching on the screen, it seems to lag. As long as I don't touch the OBS, it should be fine. Blades of Sparta. So, again, I'm going to keep talking until we get to the part that wasn't revealed. By the way, design-wise, what's one of your favorite versions of Ares? I like the fiery beard version of Ares from this. Though Hades from Hercules has always been a bit of a fan favorite of mine. Just the flaming hair again. I will say DC's Ares, though, is a badass looking dude. I like his design a lot as well. And who doesn't love the charming Xena Hercules, Legend of Hercules Ares as well? Of course, then again, don't have a big budget for that. And I know I'm going to get someone right now who says, dude, stop talking so we can hear him. A, you can watch the video on your own, so don't give me that crap. And B, like I said, I've already seen all this from the previous, so I'm not missing anything right now.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos.
Yeah.
Nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
There you go. So that puts him in the star level spectrum.
Who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe?
Yeah, now we're getting universal feats.
The cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kratos.
Oh yeah, if they're going with the novelization, they're really going into the lore dump then.
That punched the universe into existence.
Yeah.
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light.
Yep.
A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge.
Hey, sir.
Drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the
Sorry,
blade of Olympus.
it can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus.
So let's see, siphoning godly energy. That probably would qualify for Asura here.
He could only do so after annihilating.
Because he's not technically a god; he's something different. They talk about what he is in his description.
Sex and even more killing.
Woo!
And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
Empty.
His
Depressed.
wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered.
Oh, we actually got
aimlessly
like
for
legit
years,
novelizations
somehow
here.
stumbling into Norse mythology where he
Yep.
met Faye, his second wife. Good
Aw.
start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
I do like the fact that
There's a reason he hid his
he's still a
swords in
badass,
dingy
but he
basement.
is
Even so,
older
Faye
looking,
insisted
like
he
straight
could do
out.
better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily
Boy.
the toughest task he ever undertook, especially
Fatherhood.
after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Aw.
Damn it, not again. But hey, it wasn't Kratos'
I'll be
fault
honest, I
this
never
time,
played the
and
game
he
for
left
God
the
of War,
tools
either of
he
the God of
needed to
Wars,
keep
newest
the
ones, but
boy
I hear they're
safe,
fantastic.
including the Leviathan axe.
Far
Yeah.
from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Yeah, it acts like it.
Wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and
Mhm.
a poison even the gods fear. It
Yep.
can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once
Interesting.
been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a
That could be
shield
very
against
key,
godly
the
Asura.
whole
Too bad he just
Shattering
can't help
Souls.
but get in trouble with gods. But
Yep.
now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
Mm.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself.
There you go.
Seems like
Hulk
the
style.
opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his
Yep.
rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Interesting.
Naturally, he contested with the
I-
strongest of the Norse gods.
Again, we'll have to wait for
including
Ozzy, 'cause
the
never
god
played,
of thunder, Thor. He was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world
what was it?
serpent Jormungandr
Azura's
at
Wrath.
the
I never
same
played it.
time.
Oh,
But,
and
I don't know if he
Fire
has
Giant
any
would
sort
be
of
the
weapons
cause
as
of
well.
Actual Ragnarok. You
Mm.
can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
Oh boy.
That's the World Tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
There you
According
go.
to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs.
There you go.
Every strand, transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
Which
So
begs
it's
the question how the hell it
Kratos
blended
lives
with
in a
the
really,
Greek mythology as well.
Really big treehouse.
Yeah.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins.
Yep.
Even taking up the
Let's hope from
blade
Greek.
of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a
Brought
decent
Shovel Knight
dad.
to a standstill.
Now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender.
And the All-Father
A
based on
god
that ending.
of hope.
Plus, they didn't really talk much about any
This
weaknesses
battle
he
is
has.
sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold,
okay.
you can
Robin
now
Hood,
enjoy the VIP treatment.
Robin Hood, the thing that caused the GameStop meme stock.
Dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And
Yep.
the demigods battled the Goma
Oh.
by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer. Mantra.
Alright, so these guys are technically demigods.
The
Alright.
generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs.
There
They
you
could
go.
each harness mantra through a different emotion.
Melancholy, violence, vanity,
For
sloth,
August, it was
greed, rage.
Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But
There you go.
he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good.
Not yet.
At least not yet.
Yeah.
Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's
Yeah.
would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right?
No, not at all. Right?
Right?
Funny you should
I
say
do like that
Ah,
reference to
damn
the
it.
meme.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And
There you
Mithra
go.
has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an
Oh,
idea.
of course.
If
He
you
was
could
the guy with pride or
weaponize
whatever.
Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon,
There
the
you go.
Guardian generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Wahaha.
Obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along.
Ah,
with
there's
that.
Wyzen.
So Deus
Cheer
blamed
that
Asura
fat
for
fuck.
killing the emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra and then just straight up killed him.
Yeah, because the one guy who you would not want to piss off
was literally too angry
agreed to die.
So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka.
So that's going to be very key in the fight if Kratos can put him down permanently.
He did just that.
The fact that Kratos can affect his soul, though, is going to be very important.
Make the gods pay!
Indeed.
Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded.
Yep.
Rising enough to throw giants like dolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this!
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly.
I believe he said this. Oh yeah, soul can't be manipulated. So that actually means Kratos can't hurt his soul.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster.
Yep. Okay, this is where we caught up more in the preview.
Mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
There you go.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that.
It was a lot.
He
Yeah.
also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad.
I mean, to be
at
fair.
a little league game.
And then the gods killed that girl too,
Oh.
along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
Yeah.
Gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up. Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match him. Even though he'd been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful.
Yeah, that's
the
like,
angrier
it's
he
like, what the
gets.
hell are
Did
you
think was
doing?
gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now.
Big and
The man
glowy
who launched
arms.
So much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's
Yeah.
anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
There you go.
Awesome, they're bros again, just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra
There you
form,
go.
Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet Asura's
Giant hole in the planet. I don't know if I call it safe.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
Ah!
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra because of course he did.
Of course.
And tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue.
Ah.
Check out the size of it. That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Actually, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter
Actually,
the
they threw
mantra
hands.
reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His rage.
own unfiltered rage.
There you go.
Yes, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin
There you
saw
go.
Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was.
He was a
His
shield to
rage was
protect.
really a shield
Yep.
to protect humanity.
No, I saw that coming. I saw that one coming to my
His
way.
daughter.
A shield larger than a planet.
Yep.
Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form.
Asura the
effortlessly
Destructor.
punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra.
Yeah, fuck
As
you.
if He was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God.
Yep.
Obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including
Asura himself.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later. Still
there you go.
ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
Right in the balls.
Despite the dangers of
I have no idea what that was about, but okay.
Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
All right then. From a scaling perspective, it does look like Kratos has the edge, because they got the whole world tree feat. Mind you, though, they never actually said he flat out was stronger than like Ragnarok. But he's able to match universe-esque individuals. Asura beat his though, so that puts them at least in a relative tier to each other. The problem Asura has here is that Kratos has far more weapons and some with a bit more nuanced abilities. Asura is capable of resisting soul manipulation abilities, though, and can resurrect so long as there's a piece of him and mantra available. So, I'm going to stick with my guns. Going to go Asura. Let's do this. It looks good so far. I mean, we're only just starting, but still. Ooh. Kratos. Yeah, thanks. We got that. Asura, the Deva of Wrath. Okay, we're going to get voiceover. Okay, I'll bite. What's going on? How did this happen? Like, there's a story going on here. I'm just not understanding the story. How the hell did he wind up here?
It's true, then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight.
Okay, so already this is kind of a weird start to the fight. Like Kratos was minding his own business. Alright. A lot of fisticuffs in this fight, definitely. Oof. Alright, that looks pretty cool. That's a cool shot. Boom. Oh, he's got 6 arms now. Okay, now I understand why they're doing it, because this is what we get in the Asura's Wrath game. Alright, now I understand those titles. Boom. Here's my one problem. Kratos really is...
your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up! Very well.
Ow. Alright, up. The magical self-replicating spear. Okay. Alright. I mean, it looks good. Wow, he just did all that automatically. Did it just end? Clearly it's not over yet. Like, what I'm watching is good, but something about this isn't really gelling with me. You made her cry. Wow, Kratos is just walking shit off, isn't he? I do like the fact this is a long fight. Even Kratos like, what the fuck? Asura the Destructor. Even he's like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay. He's bracing. He's trying to stop it. All right, who's stronger here? Ow.
Death has not heard me yet, Titan.
That is a boss line. That is a boss line.
But you deserve a worthy end.
There you go. Okay, this is visually fucking badass. No, there's Asura. Is he actually beaten?
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
There you go. That's not... But, is it, like, actually over, or is he just suddenly going to come back? Because there's a part of his body left. I do like this. This I like from a character moment's perspective. So, okay. Kratos won.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest. Didn't love that one.
But are we sure this is how it'd go?
And I'll be honest, I think it's the music.
Asura had some
It's
amazing displays of
The music's
apocalyptic
leaned
destruction,
very
but
heavy
the
towards the
full scope of their
Asura's
speed,
Asura
experience,
series,
versatility, and power
but
shines a surprising
it
light.
didn't seem to work with what was on screen. It was too beautiful, honestly. Not
That
this.
doesn't mean he couldn't.
The early
Remember,
part of the
as
fight
usual,
didn't really
we look at these
work.
characters at their
I don't know.
peak, free
Well,
from
I'll talk
gameplay
more about it when we're
restrictions.
done listening to this.
We're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is
Directly defeated
emphasized
Atlas
to
in
be
combat.
immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So
Yeah.
Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to
Yeah, no, versatility,
he
Kratos
couldn't
had
match
that.
all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies.
Yeah.
Like Mantra.
Yeah,
Yep.
when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries,
yeah.
days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which
Yep.
should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
Oh,
But
sure.
a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chocobarton's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Yep.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right. Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
Yeah.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
Makes sense, yeah.
It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos.
Yeah, no, that all adds up. I should have gone with my first instinct with Kratos, but it is what it is.
Give us Asura's Wrath too. We'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's
Eternal Challenger Ryu.
The God of Wrath was.
I'll be honest, I didn't love this one. It was good. Like, the animation was good. And when we got to near the...
What if...
Oh, they're doing the alternate ending thing. That's fun. Oh, they're doing what if he did come back? Okay, all right. I wonder if they're gonna add that, like a scenario where the other one could have won now, just to appease everyone. Okay, I see you, Deathbatle. Trying something new. That's cool. Because he's basically now in the afterlife. Punched him so hard, punched him in the afterlife, and he sees his wife and kids, or wife and child. That would if that had been the end, that really would have been, that'd be an awesome ending for Kratos. It would have been. As it stands, I actually like the very end of the fight. I like,
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on...
All right, what do we got? Ghost Rider's back? Versus who? Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Oh, shit! All right, then. So that's the Deathbatle. Like I said, I didn't love this one. It's not bad by any stretch of the means. It just, honestly, I think it was that music that was really not working for me. Plus, this setup just didn't make any sense. They just brought him there, and now he's the one. He's minding his own business, and they just bring him there. Like, that just didn't make any sense. But regardless, that's the Deathbatle. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll go do a prediction now for Spawn versus Ghost Rider. Later.